two key words at Hibernia College are access and quality.
I think we have more than proven ourselves in Ireland and internationally.
Hibernia is one of the most important and exciting developments in Irish education in a very long time.
Very importantly, it managed to bring a whole new group of people into teaching for whom otherwise teaching would not have been possible.
Hibernia College is special because it's a real combination of entrepreneurial spirit and academic excellence.
There's currently estimated to be a shortage of between 15 and 16 million teachers around the world.
If you multiply the number of teachers that we've graduated over the years by an average class size, we're currently looking at about 100,000 pupils who are being taught today by Hibernia College graduates.
I met Sean Rowland years ago when he was working at Boston College, and Sarah was working with him there as well. And even then, they had a great entrepreneurial spirit, so I wasn't surprised when they came home to start Hibernia College.
When we started Hibernia in 2000, that was around the time or just after the dot-com crash, so people thought we were crazy to start an internet venture. Started off as myself and Sean in a small office on Baggot Street, and now we've grown to over 100 employees.
I think that working at Hibernia is like working as part of a big family. There's a lovely ethos. The staff are absolutely a pleasure to work with.
For many generations, Irish people have gone out around the world as educators. Whether they're lay people or missionaries, they all performed a function that helped people, because education is the access to a better quality life.
I like to think that the work of Hibernia is an extension of our missionary zeal. Hibernia is bringing the great Irish educators to the world via online technology, and this continues to be an unbelievable and massive opportunity for Ireland into the future.
Today we have students in 32 different countries around the world, on every continent of the world.
They're a young, enthusiastic and dedicated organisation who want to make a difference and want to be successful. And these are the sort of partners you look for, no matter what sort of business you're in.
The first time I met Sean Rowland, I was struck by the enthusiasm for change and for doing things and making things happen, which very often you didn't see in other places. And since then, it's been a roller coaster ride all the way.
He came to us 10 years ago and said he was setting up this e-learning. We thought, this is ridiculous. You know, it was so futuristic and out of the box, and it's just turned into an amazing project.
Over the last years, anybody who has been within 3 feet of Sean Rowland gets his elevator pitch on the merits of using the internet to train teachers. He has left nobody out. Taxi men, waitresses, his dentist, his dry cleaner, all are now true believers and disciples.
I think it's absolutely wonderful that Hibernia is able to do this from Ireland, to use the technology that Ireland is so famous for now throughout the world.
I think that now Hibernia is entrenched in the Irish system, and people know it and they respect it.
It's a great privilege to be here. I had the pleasure of being with Sean when he founded the whole operation 10 years ago, and he's celebrating his 10th anniversary now. And it's been a huge success. And you know, 10 years ago to say that we were going to teach people by e-learning, distance learning, I said, you know, has this guy got everything together? And it turns out he's visionary, and he's taken something from very small there to right up here, and it's probably the leading teachers academy now in Europe.
E-learning and the form of education that is delivered by a college like Hibernia, and Hibernia in particular, in many ways shatters the traditional model of education.
I think the products have proven that e-learning for most forms of education can provide the highest quality of training, as well as the increased access and greater affordability.
Without the support and help of Hibernia and the iTeach programme, achieving the targets for chemistry, physics and mathematics would be very much harder.
The big success story in Irish education. Hibernia College started small and now it has spread to all the world, delivering education.
Distance and location are no problems in this broadband age. They're no obstacles. All we have to do is to make sure that our quality is first class. And this is a lesson that Hibernia has learned.
In our President's speech in the State of the Nation on February the 11th, 2010, he very specifically addressed and mentioned increasing the number of qualified maths and science teachers. I believe through our relationship with Hibernia and their online programs that we most definitely will address this need.
We've now finished phase 1. What are we going to do to build on that with Hibernia College and its collaborative team around the world? And everybody who's here is already engaged. So this is not in any way aspirational. This is real.
It doesn't matter who provides. What's important is the quality of the provision. And I think that what you're demonstrating at Hibernia is that the private sector can do sometimes better than the public sector what have traditionally been regarded as public sector jobs.
In an era of cuts and new ways of doing things, Hibernia College provides cost-effective training of high quality and also of much sought-after teachers at no cost to the Irish Exchequer. There is no capitation fee or capital needed to provide this service.
And I look forward to 10 years from now, maybe not me, maybe a younger face, addressing this and saying very much what I'm saying, only speaking of how much we've developed our teachers in South Africa, and that hopefully we will have a teachers training institution under the banner Hibernia SA.
I think it's just the beginning. I think there are lots of wonderful opportunities for Hibernia in the future, and this wonderful success they've enjoyed over the past 10 years will only get better.
I wish you a happy birthday, and as is said, I think, on the anniversaries of priests, ad multos annos.
Pfizer is active in some 65 countries around the world, and we've had graduates and students from most of them. And that is the beauty of e-learning. And that is why I believe a college like Hibernia and e-learning in general is the educational tool, the educational instrument of our future.
Well, I mean, it's now one of the great success stories of Irish education, but it's also a global success story, the way Hibernia has brought online teaching to all parts of the world, South Africa, Haiti, the United Kingdom, and it's a fantastic achievement what they've done in such a short period of time.
I'm really delighted to be associated with such a enterprising institution, such a quality institution, and a college, I think, that in some ways represents the future of what Ireland might become.
I suppose the pride definitely kicks in because you see the culmination of all the hard work from everyone here at Hibernia. And when you see the students graduating, I mean, that basically is the end result, and you know, that makes it all worthwhile.
A huge thank you to our international guests for their huge amount of work and their support and their belief in us when we were starting out. And then, of course, without our own native colleagues, our Irish colleagues, we wouldn't have gotten it off the ground at all. So it's all about saying thank you.